Jeff Rowe from Two Hacks Garage. Well, it's middle of the week. I'm back at Jimmy's. We're back on Project Jumpin' Jack Flash. In the last video you saw, well, we started adding uprights and cross supports and making our plans. Well, as usual, I get here. Jimmy's already been working. This is 7/8 here, and he's working on designing some more uprights for this and also some more cross supports. He's over there. He's about ready to weld. Some of the brainstorming we did, well, we're actually going to do it. He's been talking to some of his chassis friends. So this video, again, it's going to be adding cross supports, uprights, all that fun jazz. We'll see how far we can get. It's a nice day. Last time in a video, it was snowing like mad. Well, it's 60 degrees outside and it's sunny. All that snow's melting. It's a good day. We're going to have a better day. We're going to get cutting, grinding, welding, and of course, measure 100 times, cut once. With that, guys, we'll see you soon. All right, so here's what we got going on. So we do know we need to add some more uprights. These are what's considered an upright in between the top and bottom part of the chassis. As you see, we got one here, we got added one here, and here. Well, moving forward, we've measured it out, and we're going to end up putting one right up in here. From there, if you look forward, everything else is structurally sound. We already have our cross supports there, which also adds for a fuel tank mount, and we got our top of our chassis tubing up there tied together. If you look here, you know, we only got 3 fingers width, so moving forward, because everything's already tied together, we don't need to add any more. But yeah, that's where we got to add there. And then if you look back here on this part of the chassis, if you see these supports here, that's part of the rear hoop. That keeps things from really twisting and flexing a lot, and same thing with this one here. Now, mind you, our transmission is actually going to come up to about in this area. We're going to have a rear engine motor plate, and the front of the engine motor plate will be about right here. We've already measured all that out. So what we need to do to make sure everything's strong, even though it's going to be tied together here and there with that plate, we do need to add one more of the diagonal supports. We're not going to put it there because it's going to be tied together with that motor plate in the back. So what we're going to do is we're going to put one in here like this on each side. So that's going to replicate what we got going on in the back, and looking forward on the chassis here, that's all going to be nice and structurally sound up front, but just to help it from having a whole lot of flex and twist, these will help with that there. Yeah, it's still going to flex, it's still going to twist, but having these in there will make it a lot more stable, a lot more structurally sound. And you know what, guys, it's the name of the game. We want safety. So yeah, that's what we got going on. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of measuring, a lot of brainstorming, a lot of phone calls, a lot. With that, see you soon. All right, so as you can see, we got the rest of the uprights in place. They're not fully welded yet. We just got them tacked in place. We got a lot of welding yet left to do on this chassis. Jimmy's just getting things tacked in there. But yeah, you can see the rest of the uprights are actually in. So what Jimmy and I are going to be working on now, and he's already getting the angles, is he's going to work on the diagonal like that you see there. We're going to make it, that's going to go from there. That's what we got left. See you in a few. All right, so what we got going on here on those diagonals, what you saw us do is we're using the angle finder here when we set that bar in there to determine the actual angle from here down to there. So what we did is we determined the angle with our angle finder, and Jimmy used his mill to make this cut. Pretty ingenious way to do it, and then he made the actual round notch there. So then we did the same thing with this end. That's going to go on the other side. Found our angle, which is the same, and he's going to make that cut. I don't want to take it out of there because it'll mess it up right now. I don't want to get yelled at. Just kidding. But yeah, so that's what we're doing is we're literally finding the angles on each side. So that's going to fit in there and make our cross support. Once we have a template made, we'll try it on the other side and make sure it's the same, but I'm sure we're going to have to do the same thing all over again. But that's what we're doing now. It's kind of an intricate little process we got going on. It's pretty precise. It takes a little bit of time, but you know what? For right now, we're doing good. That's positive. Sunshine out. We're getting stuff done. See you in a few. All right, so Jimmy got one of these done. Like I said, we cut it on the angle mill, and it's 10 degrees. He's got this end done. So if you take a look here now, let's finger this with both hands, one hand. Let me get this thing fitted up in there. There we go. So there is our diagonal support. So what Jimmy's doing now is he's replicating it on the other side. We did test fit this in there. It's going to be a little bit longer, but yeah, that's how it works, guys. What you just saw me cutting on some 7/8 pipe, chromoly tubing in the other room is right here. These are going to go in here because this is where our fire bottle is going to be. Got to have a 5-pound fire bottle system. So we just took the measurement between here and there, split it in half, 5-inch on center. So that's where that's going to sit. So yeah, we're getting there. Jim's going to make the second diagonal. See you in a few. All right, well, we got them all done. The diagonals are in place. They're just tacked into place. Like I said, we still have a whole lot of chassis welding to do. But you can see the diagonals are in where we want them. Got them back here. And we got them moving forward. So what we also did is we put the rest of the uprights in. Those are tacked into place. And we got it down here. The reason we put one down here further, even though that's going to be all welded up, if this car ever slams down from Jimmy doing a wheelie off the line, this will help keep it from bending as bad. Also, they're not welded into place, but that's where we're going to put our fire bottle for that. Also adds a little bit of structural stuff for it. So yeah, that's where we're at, guys.
Don't hang up.
We got this going on. There's our cross support or uprights. There's our diagonal. Looking pretty good.
Don't hang up. It's not going to do a big wheelie because the wheelie bar is going to be set about that far off the ground, and I'm going to tie the throttle halfway open, or to where you can only go halfway open, sorry.
Yeah, he's going to tie that down so I don't do a wheelie. But you know what? I guarantee this car does a wheelie just for fun. We'll see. With that, guys, we got a whole lot more to do. So there's going to be part 3, part 4, part 5. Stay tuned.
Hey, don't hang up yet. Oh. You know, a front engine dragster with a wheelie bar, that's kind of like a tricycle, right?
Oh, geez.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, like a tricycle. He's putting training wheels on me. Comedy show at Jimmy's shop. We'll see you in the next one. Later.